Okay. So Operation Encore, tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So Operation Encore is another nonprofit that services veterans. And we have primary mission is to help military veteran singer-songwriters with their professional music careers. Secondarily, to try to bridge the communication gap that sometimes exists between the 1% who serve in our military and the rest of our community.
Sure.
And while we're not a musical therapy operation, we're very cognizant of the fact that music, arts in general, and things like what Telluride Adaptive does can be very healing. And so that's where our missions sort of cross and where the partnership between Telluride Adaptive and Operation Encore first started.
Okay, great. Good setup. So what's going on? What's going on right now in Telluride?
Well, we first came together with the first annual Operation Encore Veteran Music Project, which was in June. And we're going to be hosting our second annual, which is not till July 5th, 2020. But it's really exciting to have Guy here in town representing Operation Encore. And we wanted to play some music from some of the artists that will be coming. And but we have a lot going on with the Telluride Adaptive Sports Program. We have an event on it's the second Saturday block party with SBG Productions, and it will take place at the Wagner block, and it'll be on February 8th from 3 to 6 p.m. And we'll have live music from Ali Venable, and the Village Table will be providing food, and we'll have drinks from Telluride Brewing. So it'll be a great event to help support the Telluride Adaptive Sports Program. We'll be auctioning off a cornhole made by one of our volunteers, and Wagner's donating a pair of skis to be auctioned off. So it should be a really fun event on February 8th.
Good. Mark your calendar for that. But in the meanwhile, here we are in Telluride and Operation Encore, and tell us, what's going on.
Sure. Well, we're a national organization. Our artists are all over the country. Some are actually still serving in the military and deployed, but our artists, being veterans, really love the mission, especially helping other organizations that help veterans. So when Caroline and Courtney from Telluride Adaptive and we started talking about this, our artists were all over it. I mean, especially the chance to come to Telluride, but to support an organization like theirs. So when we put our first show together, it was last June, I want to say, at the Sheridan, and we brought in 5 artists and did a fundraiser with proceeds going to TASP.
Okay.
Loved it. And we're working on another one for July 5th. So a little bit in advance, but partnership continues. We're sometimes flying in or bringing in our artists from around the country to help support other TASP shows and venues and things.
Great.
And again, there's a point where our missions really cross, because what they're doing is so helpful to veterans, getting them back up on the hill, getting them back on the mountains, and getting them exploring things that just help with the healing process. For our artists, it's a lot of crossover also, and we've asked you to cue up a song.
Sure.
But it was written by one of our artists, Stephen Covell, who was a forward deployed medic, 2 tours in Iraq. And we have songwriting workshops and stuff where we bring some of these artists together. When we first heard a sort of scratch demo of the song called Her Cold Hands, it's about suicide. And it's like, wow, he's writing a song about suicide. And again, many of our artists have dealt with depression, PTSD, suicidal thoughts. So after first checking in, I was like, okay, Stephen, you okay? Which he was, and he is. We said, what is this about? And it was really his way to express certain dark emotions in a very positive way. And what he wanted with this song was not to endorse suicide by any means, but to reach out to maybe others who are having dark thoughts and let them know that just getting it out is very helpful.
Okay.
So it's pretty deep song. We have other ones that are a little bit happier themes, but this is one that I thought would be a good one to start with. So if we can play that, that'd be great.
You bet. Let's give it a listen.
I sent her flowers and chocolates in the hopes that she'll notice and send her attention my way. But Yeah, she flirts back, gives me the smile that I wanted, takes my hand and holds it because hers are always so cold. Well, maybe oh yes, I am a fool. Driving around after my shift, down to the shore where it's quiet, trying to just be alone. There snuggles up, wraps herself around my neck. She lets go, I catch my breath, and we both stare up at the sky. 'Cause that's a good call. And I fight with death. She breaks a glass on the counter, storms out through the shower, slamming the door as she goes, stops returning my calls. I got a note pinned to my door. So baby, I'm gone and I'm sorry. Maybe the timing was wrong. Well, I won't lie, I still dream about her. I do. One day she'll be back. Girls like that always choose. When I smell the shirt that she left in my bedroom, the sweet sour smoke of a perfume, I know that I should, but I can't throw it out. 'Cause I won't lie, I still dream about her. I do.
Really beautiful song.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. And once again, that musician is Stephen Covell.
Covell.
Got it. Okay, Her Cold Hands is the name of that song. So tell us about what else you have coming up for Telluride Adaptive.
Well, TAS has its largest fundraiser of the year coming up. It's the Blue Party, and that will be held on Friday, March 6th at the Telluride Conference Center. And the ticket price for the event is $65 before, $70 at the door. Includes a glass of award-winning Emeritus Pinot Noir, hearty hors d'oeuvres from Telluride's top restaurants. We have the National, La Marmotte, the Village Table, Rustico, Wine Geek, Food Creek, Siam, Telluride Truffle, Esperanza's, Black Iron, and Whittier all sponsoring the event with their delicious food. And we'll have an auction with about 200 different items. And
That's a smorgasbord is what that is. Yes.
And we'll have dancing with the fabulous Anders Brothers Band. And the auction will feature one-of-a-kind items and fabulous getaway vacations. So come to the Blue Party on March 6th.
Good. Another date to mark in the calendar. So, Guy, tell us what we're going to listen to next.
Sure. So the second song is by Jerry Maniscalco. It's called Waiting. And I think what I referenced before is many of these artists write about subjects that we can all relate to. Mm-hmm. It's just they're writing from a sort of a very intense personal experience of, being in combat at a young age when people are trying to kill you sometimes. So this one's called Waiting. It's particularly in the eyes of someone's at home waiting for their spouse or loved one to maybe come home who is serving overseas, but it's applicable to anybody who is related to a first responder, search and rescue, or maybe you're just a parent who has a, kid out on Friday night who's driving home in the snow and you're waiting and the angst of not knowing what's going on. So, it's a great song by Jerry. And I'll just say before we cue it up, if anyone would like to learn more about these artists or any more of our artists or anything about Operation Encore, feel free to just email me directly, guy@operationencore.org. But we'll let you cue up the song Waiting.
Okay, here it is.
It's a little word, it's all I had to say. Wait, and buying out the door, you're on your way. And now it's 10 o'clock at night and you're not home. And the fear sets in. I'm sitting here waiting by the phone, and I wonder where you are. Waiting here, I'll wait all night to see you in the morning light. And if it takes you, I'll wait all day. Waiting is the hardest part. The waiting is the hardest part. News flashing bits and pieces on the screen. Names I don't know describe as best they can what they've seen. Headlights shine into my home, give me a chill. Oh God, just tell me now I cry, is this your will? Is this your will? I wonder where you are. Waiting here, I'll wait all night to see you in the morning light. And if it takes you, I'll wait all day.
Another nice piece.
Thank you. And we're going to end here with this session with a song by Andrew Wiscombe. So Andrew served as an Army sniper 7 years, multiple tours as special ops and combat missions in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the drug wars in Central America. Wonderful guy, wonderful musician. He actually played our June event here last year and may be coming back next year when we do our July 5th event. But this particular song, we had him recording an HBO event in New York, and he saw someone standing on the side of a street in Green Street in New York holding a sign about what he was protesting against. And Andrew's, who wound up questioning some of the things he was for and not for after he went from, backcountry Utah to some of his military experience, said, well, if I was standing on the street, what would I be for or against? So this is his Green Street manifesto that talks about, the things that he's come to value.
And remind us again of the dates of these shows. You have some coming up, Carolyn.
So our second annual Operation Encore Veteran Music Project will be held on July 5th. So right after the 4th of July festivities, and it will be at the Sheridan Opera House.
Fantastic. And I just want to thank Caroline from Telluride Adaptive and Guy from Operation Encore as we sign off with one last track called A Green Street Manifesto. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you so
Thank you very much for your time.
not have to run, not have to hide. I sing for those that have no friends, whom bullies taunt, who want an end. I sing for girls left to roam, for little boys that have no home. I sing for those that have no voice, for better lives who want a choice. I sing for soldiers after war who come back home and now fight more. I sing for those out on the road, for truckers pulling lonely loads. I sing for joy, I sing for love, I sing for guidance from above. I sing for those that have no meal, for broken hearts that need to heal. For those that cannot please, for all the homeless refugees. And I sing for peace from endless wars, that they will stop, we want no more. I sing for children battered blue, for lovers widowed much too soon. I sing for those that fell from grace, for those that feel they have no place.